Good evening, everybody. We have a very interesting evening tonight. We have my partner, Pamela Roth, will be out on the street talking to homeless people, talking to people that feed them. And we're going to have a very positive outlook on this whole thing. It's not a pleasant thing to see people homeless, but we are going to we are going to try to be as lively as possible about it. Now, one of the reasons that people are homeless, and there's a couple reasons. Um, One is some have mental illness. They go to a shelter. They're afraid to go to a shelter. And I'll tell you why. Many years ago, we did an undercover case in a shelter. So one of my investigators went in there. What a horror. First of all, the security in those places is horrible. The people don't. Hey, Mike Spano, how are you? Uh, the the um, the security guards there are like they're getting paid like $7 an hour. They don't care. They sleep while they're supposed to be working, watching the place. What they do is they let people steal. The girl fell asleep while she was undercover. You know, she had to sleep anyway. She was sleeping there. They stole her shoes. They steal things from you. I've heard of women being raped. People are being assaulted. The security is a major factor of a shelter, and these people would rather sleep on the street. They feel safer on the street than being in a shelter. Also, these shelters don't do anything for the people. They don't feed. Well, they have to be out of there by 8 o'clock in the morning. They put them out back on the street anyway. Um, it's a terrible, terrible situation. We've had to go to shelters to find people. We had an 18B panel. We used to go for uh, these are indigent defendants. These are people. Most of these are women that are looking for their baby daddies, and they hire a lawyer. The lawyer hires us. The city pays us hourly rate, and we go look for these people. And usually we go in the centers, shelters, and it's disgusting. It's terrible. It's a terrible situation, and that does not help the homelessness. Um, People don't want to go someplace that they don't feel safe. They feel safer on the street. Um, Now you have a lot of homeless people in the subways. You have them walking around. Mayor De Blasio and his wife started his wife actually, Shalane, started a program called Thrive, $1.5 billion to help the homeless, and they didn't do anything. So we have another situation where money was spent needlessly or foolishly or fraudulently, or whatever you want to call it, and they didn't help these people. And now the police department is sending out teams of social workers with police when there's a disturbance, when they have what they call an EDP, which is emotionally uh, uh, person. Um, and I don't know if it's going to work. They only send 6 teams out. They're supposed to send 30 teams out. Now, what the idea is that if a person is emotionally disturbed, which EDP stands for, they will try to talk them into a shelter, talk them to maybe to a hospital or some situation where the police are there just to help, but not to arrest them. And then if the person uh, acts up and does something stupid, then the police will intervene. I think it's a good idea. I like to see if it's going to work. Originally, they want to just put social workers out there, and that's putting them in danger. Because I don't care if you're a good social worker. I don't care if you're very good at what you do. Sometimes you're dealing with people that just are not rational, and plus they are uh, prone to danger, prone to violence, and you just don't know. Also, a lot of them are not on their meds. That's the problem too. Some of them have mental problems and they take medications, which they're good. But now my partner is backstage, and we're going to put her on in a little while. She's going to be down in Manhattan, and she's going to be talking to some really good people that are helping the homeless, feeding them and helping them in any way they can. And that's why I say this is a positive show. This is not we're not being negative. We're being very positive about what we're doing, trying to help these people in whatever way we can. Hey, Pam, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm building you up. You better do a good show tonight.
Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I am reporting to you live from New
Live.
York. Live from
You
New
look beautiful
York.
tonight. You look radiant.
Thank you.
You could say you look good too, Vinny. But that's okay.
Listen, I love the shine on your head. It's like a good.
Whoa! And we
I
got
just
some
wanted to say live from New York. I am
live from
at
New York City.
34th Street, across the street from Madison Square Garden. Currently on the road, and you know what I love about our show. I take it on the road, literally.
You take it
You
on the
never know
road.
where it's kind
I
of
take
like
it on the
it's-
chin sometimes.
I take it on the road.
Take it on the arm.
Now,
And
what's your,
I have
what
sitting next
are
to
you
me.
doing next?
I have Gigi here.
Gigi, oh my God! Now we're really going up the ladder of success.
Well, I'll tell you what we're doing tonight. This is what. Let me explain to all our listeners.
By the way, let me introduce people to Gigi. Helps every
Can
Wednesday
you sign
night.
me on?
She go, yeah, you're on, sweetheart. Every Wednesday night, Gigi goes to the homeless and helps feed them every Wednesday. Rain or shine, cold, warm, hot, whatever. She's there, and I want to thank you for being on the show tonight, Gigi.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, and we
I
have
haven't
a
had you
guest
yet.
pulled up. We got Noel behind us. Appearing. You want to go get Noel? Okay.
Now, who's no? Explain to the people who we.
Okay, I'm going to explain to you because we're on live. This is Noel McGuire, and actually, Noel McGuire has the Ellen McGuire Foundation. He started it, what was that, 8 years ago?
8 years, yeah.
Noel McGuire started it 8 years ago, and it's named after his mother, Ellen McGuire.
Oh, how nice. That's nice.
And we're down here every Wednesday night. So Noel started this. I'm going to introduce you to Noel right now.
Okay.
And Noel, take it away.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how are you, Noel? It's a pleasure to meet you. You're doing
You
a wonderful thing. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, it brings a lot of good people together to volunteer from all walks of life. So that's one of the most awesome parts of it. And it just feels great to help some people in need. And there's a lot of them downtown.
Oh, yeah,
here.
there is a
So
lot.
I was going to ask you, how did you start this? What made you start this?
It started with I work as a doorman on Park Avenue. I do the graveyard shift, and I became friends with a guy who's a multimillionaire that lives in a penthouse apartment there. And he asked me one day what I was doing on Thanksgiving. And I said, like everybody else, I'm going to be, throwing a football around and eating turkey with the family. He's like, no, what are you doing first thing in the morning? I said, nothing. He said, you would like to feed the homeless with me? So I was so impressed that he was a millionaire and he offered me to do something like that.
Nice.
So I did it at the Bowery Mission 8 years ago, and it was life-changing. Having a 4-hour day on Thanksgiving, it left me just, I said, I got to do more in my life to help homeless people. So the following year, I did a little thing on Facebook, a fundraiser for like $2 would feed one person. If anybody'd like to throw some money my way, I'll start a little thing for the